looks like we'll be live in a few seconds. Okay, I see my stream now, so I guess this means we're live. So hello everyone, I'm GarbitheGlitcheress.
Hi, I'm Jal.
And this is the Ottifants, and the category we'll be doing here is easy. The difference between the difficulty levels is that in the different difficulty levels you have to collect a different amount of the collectibles, and like you take less damage, you get less health, and you get less time for the power-ups. So
basically there's no reason to never play on easy.
Yeah, there's not really much interesting playing the other ones. Yeah. So I guess we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So hello everyone. So what we'll be doing. So the first few levels really aren't too tricky, I guess, just running through them. The reason you actually have to go quite a bit out of your way though in the higher difficulty levels, so I tend to not really like those categories as much.
Yeah, in easy mode you have to collect all these little, like, spade little things. And in easy mode you don't really need to worry about them much because you only need 25%, so you kind of end up getting them by default. You'll have to go out of your way a little bit sometimes, but if you're playing 100% or hard mode, you have to get 100% of these little things. And
yeah.
A lot of these levels are very mazy and not fun.
Yeah, actually to get all of them, in some levels you actually have to use the popsicle power-ups that are throughout the levels. Like, some of them you literally can't reach without them, and the popsicle power-ups don't respawn after you get them, so the level could potentially be uncompletable. So, yeah.
So if anyone's wondering what this actually is, it's apparently based on a comedian's original character in Germany. And it started as a cartoon that failed, and they decided to go ahead and make a game about it, because why not?
Yeah.
I originally thought Ottifant meant like odd elephant, but it's just the comedian's name combined with elephant, so that's cool.
I thought that infant was supposed to be part of it just because of how the character you're controlling looks, but yeah. But anyway, we're about to head to the first boss. So the bosses here aren't really too bad. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different versions of this game.
Yeah, the Game Gear one, it plays basically the same, but it's a lot shorter, and it's actually completely different levels.
Yeah.
So there we saw the toy box robot. I don't really know what it is. The bosses in this game are very easy and don't really make any sense because there's really no plot in this game.
Yeah. So I'd say this stage introduces one of the mechanics of this. You can blow objects to get closer to you to get them, so that's kind of an interesting thing of this game. And we actually found this game from Kuso. We were against each other. Yeah. And I could not find that mechanic for like 15 minutes. Yeah.
Stuck in that cave.
Yeah, that I think that took me a bit to figure it out. And when I went to replay the game later, it still took me a while to remember that that's what you had to do. So actually you do a damage boost there to skip some of that. If you load it there, it's generally always loaded the same way, like when you go there, so I had to get that.
Yeah, if you do everything the same, then you end up with the same run, so.
Yeah. And so
this game isn't very easy to control, because he has momentum.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing with this. And this is, I think, the first instance of me using a popsicle power-up to skip parts of the level. I'm using a double jump which you can get by combining a green, yellow, and red in that specific order. So that's kind of a cool thing with this run.
Yeah, that's like the major routing thing. is figuring out where you can use popsicles in the levels. And there's honestly, like, I thought there would be way more, but there's really not too many instances of that in the speed.
Well, well, there are some that, like, it's really more like relevant at the later part of the run. Like,
Yeah.
but you can't always use them because there's like, but you don't get it like after you finish a level, you lose a popsicle no matter how much time you have left on it. And that power up I got there, I didn't know what it was for the longest time, but apparently it's a continue.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's like this. I can't really find much documentation on this game.
Yeah. Oh, about the shots. So you can adjust your shot by pressing up or down. Yeah, it would be better if it was a straight shot, but who knows?
Yeah.
So we have
almost
the
fell
devil, Satan himself.
I almost fell in the pit there, actually. Like, I accidentally pressed left for a bit, but luckily that worked out. So...
Yeah, usually the bosses you can just stand right next to and shoot your jelly beans as fast as possible.
Yeah. Oh, that was not what I wanted to happen. I was trying to carry iframes through that. Wow, this is...
It's okay.
Yeah, this isn't this isn't the hugest deal, honestly. Actually, I don't want to take any more deaths, though. But yeah, enjoy that death animation, though.
Yeah, if you do lose all your lives, you have to start from the beginning of the zone, so...
yeah.
It would be pretty bad in a speed run, but
well,
it's too punishing in a casual run.
Well, like, it's like the beginning of the section you're currently on, like, not the beginning of the forest. Like, if I die on the third forest level, I'll just start from the third forest level. I don't have to go back to the first, so it's not the worst. I sometimes may take intentional deaths. So, yeah. And actually, this run actually involves some intentional deaths just to speed it up, so I may actually want to take a game over pretty soon.
Yeah, whenever you collect the checkpoint, it stores your spots, so there will be parts that you'll have to go further in the level, but then go back to where you were already, so it's nice to just die and go back to that checkpoint, because it saves all your progress.
Yeah. Yeah, there won't, like, I'm gonna have to take 2 intentional deaths in the next world, and if I get all the, I think if I get all the, wait, no, I won't need to, there's one in the 4th level. And so this is actually something I learned pretty recently, like a power-up effect that I didn't understand until a while ago, but I guess I'll just let y'all see it. So if you get 3 of these, you get that. You can just fly wherever you want. You would think that's more useful, but there aren't many setups to get it, so it's not really that useful in the run. You can just skip that bit.
Yeah, I wish it was more useful, because it's great.
Yeah. Wow, please don't die, okay? So
that's a much easier setup than what I used to do.
Yeah, I used to do a pretty complicated setup there. So there's gonna be a life there, and there'll be another life. So if I play without any more deaths, I won't have to take an intentional game over. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got the life a little bit ago, so let me take 2 more intentional deaths throughout the next 2 levels. So, and here is kind of a pretty tricky place because of how knockback works. Like, the knockback from that would get me to fall in the pit, and that was actually pretty close to knocking me into the pit. So yeah. So
I was trying to find the plot of this game, and all I could come up with is the baby Ottifant is trying to save his dad who got captured by aliens. That's the extent of the story.
Yeah, that's just about all I can find.
So we'll see him save his dad at the end.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful. Here we have 2 statue bosses. It's just the same enemy, but you have to kill it twice on both sides.
There's
you can pick up these little items and shoot them, and they do 10 damage. And there's a way to get them like stuck in enemies, and it will basically just kill them immediately. But it's really hard to pull off and just totally random.
Yeah, it's not really consistent. So that's actually I recently learned I think that's one of the difficulty changes as well. Like in normal mode, that they actually go like you can actually fight them at once, but you can't do that in easy mode. So that's actually something that's faster in normal. I recently learned that was a thing. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of interesting. I think that's a way that the normal mode's actually faster than easy mode, but it's also pretty tricky.
Yeah, you'd have to get 50% of all the whatever they are.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to get that and then take an intentional death here because there's a switch that spawns right here.
Yeah, this whole area is a lot of backtracking.
And it's actually probably best to just destroy these. It is possible to get through here without destroying it, but I'm just gonna... It's right there.
Yeah, the bounce on those things is very inconsistent. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I'd say in this game, especially hitbox are kind of just a suggestion. So this level is kind of similar in what you do to the last one. Also, in this level, getting the collectibles really isn't much of an issue. There's like almost enough just right there, so
yeah,
you don't really have to worry about it.
Automatically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Stormy Galaxies. They give different powers depending on the color popsicles and the order that you collect them.
Yeah, it's really confusing at first because you need 3 and they have to be in a certain order for specific power-ups.
Yeah.
And the most useful one is the double jump.
Yeah.
Is shown as a spring.
Yeah. There's also like a double green which can give a speed to power. That's actually not that useful in the speed run, surprisingly, because there's just not really many cases where it's worth it to pick it up.
So this level is just like a free collect 25 and then exit level. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
And you see the double jump here.
Okay, this boss is honestly one of the more tricky ones for me. Like, you can do like 2 hits a cycle, but this has to be in like a specific way. Like when I'm to the right of it, it needs to be like there. And this fight actually is not going well at all.
You can hurt them by just having the object, the paint bucket in this case, moving. So like, it doesn't have to actually be shot from your mouth. You can just be pulling it towards you, which is something you really have to use in this fight.
Yeah.
There's no fall damage in this.
Oh no, there's not. Okay,
that would be really bad.
So
make this somehow worse.
So this is we'll probably the stage which I'd say are kind of like more like part of like a lot of specific usage, like of the popsicles. Like the only way to reset the popsicles is to game over. So it actually takes and use a continue. So it actually is a little time consuming. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
There's a lot of skips in this area that took me a while. Like, these levels are really mazy, especially in this world. Like right there, you just saw, like, you can just jump to the exit. You're supposed to go all the way around and do like a ton of platforming, but they didn't realize you could just jump to the exit. So
So like right there, like there's actually another thing I can do with that block to skip even having to do this, but it's incredibly precise to do it. So, and I haven't really gotten too consistent, so just taking this way. But that's kind of another cool thing in this world. Just knowing they don't intend you to have the block in certain sections, so you can skip some.
Yeah, I don't think they thought much through with this game.
Yeah.
They have those like platforms that you have to suck, but they're off, like basically off screen. So
it's funny you should say that they think things through. There's actually somewhere where it's possible to lock the inputs that's going to come up in a little bit. Luckily, there's a way around it, but still. Oh yeah, Koal. That's kind of my genre of games.
That's not the best thing to be interested in.
Yeah. Okay, so there's actually a bonus area down there. There's no indication of where the bonus areas are, so like when you first start this game, it's real like running it. It's really easy to actually get in the bonus areas. So
yeah, there's just nothing indicating it, and it'll bring you right there if you touch the invisible trigger. And there's no benefit to going into the bonus areas anyway. I mean, I guess unless you're playing for score.
Actually, so in this level, you actually want to go in the bonus area because it spawns you a little bit farther into the level, but in this case, I actually don't take that route because there's a chance of it totally locking my inputs, and I have no idea what causes it.
Oh, I wasn't aware of using bonus levels. Weird.
Yeah, it would save some time, but I don't want that to happen.
Those flying enemies look like Brack to me from the Brack show.
I guess it's also notable, as far as I know, there's like points don't give like lives or anything. As far as I know, I've tried getting a lot of points before, but it doesn't seem to give any lives. So that's actually the only reason you would want to go into there for score. So okay, I think I should be fine on health.
Yeah, you can like. I don't know how like easy it is to tell how awful this level design is from like a viewer's perspective, but especially in the final area, this area and the final area, really no indication of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and also the platforming is like if you don't take the skips I'm doing, it's just like going around to hit a switch and then going all the way back around to go on a platform and just repeating that is basically what a lot of the level design is. So it's a good thing there's all these skips, I must say. It really turns this into an entertaining speedrun, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's actually a good speedrun. Like, speedrunning it makes it a way better game than just playing it casually.
Yeah.
Once you get a hang of like the floaty controls and everything.
Yeah. So if you jump on the bosses, you can deal 5 points of damage per time you do it, and that'll actually be used quite a bit in this boss fight and some upcoming. So
yeah, this boss fight is just a maid that shoots bubbles at you. It doesn't really make much sense, and it's the easiest boss fight I've ever seen.
Yeah. And so we're heading to probably to the most like stressful part of the run, I'd say. Like here, this is one of them where it's important to get the popsicle power-ups in particular. Like the level design here is pretty like this is one of those where you have to hit a switch then go all the way back. But we're gonna use the double jump power-up to bypass that.
The worst. This area is the worst at level design. Like it's so good that we have skips because it's not fun just going back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
But luckily the spring breaks every single level, so.
Yeah. Well, this one, you can get a spring power up here. There's actually probably multiple racks you can do. Actually, that wasn't exactly what I want. Well, it should be totally fine though. Though, like, you can use a spring power up here as well, but there's also a shield power up you can get by collecting a red, yellow, then a red, and I've recently started doing it where I get the shield power up and then just getting enough collectibles to get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where if you just try to directly go at the end, you won't actually have enough of the collectibles, even if you only need to get 25%.
Yeah, because the only level where you actually have to seek out collectibles.
Yeah. So this jump place, okay, I got it. That jump can be a bit scary because it's a little precise, and if you messed up, you just need to go all the way back.
It's not meant. You're not meant to get to the exit yet either. There's supposed to be an elevator that you need to press a button for, but again, you can just jump right up to the exit, and they didn't think that you could do that. So.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, those flies can do that. Like, they just fly around, and it's hard to predict, like, their movements, so they can...
Flies they can just nuke you, and, like... they really hate Ottifants.
Yeah, shoutouts to flying enemies in video games.
I mean, these ones, they're, like, the worst, because you never know where they're gonna end up.
Yeah. Okay, I should just honestly just get these right now. I'm probably just gonna take intentional death after getting some of the popsicles, because a death that will fill your health, and in particular dying towards the end of this stage would be incredibly bad.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Oh wait, I forgot to get a yellow. Heck.
Oh, by the way, there's dragons here.
Yay, dragons.
Not sure if that makes any sense for anything else in the game, but got them.
See if I can do this without taking much damage, so I won't have to take another intentional death. Doesn't look like I'll have to, so that's good. So that did, like, I forgot the yell there, but that didn't cost much time since I won't be having to take intentional death. Okay, so there's also a bonus area, which in particular, if you're not careful with your jumping, you can get to. It's at the top end of this level. Okay. 30%. Okay, so I want to make sure not to jump because there's a bonus area up there. And so...
Yeah, it's very strange how they just put... where they put the bonus areas. It's hard to tell here, but it's just, if you're jumping on your way to the end, you get to go into the bonus section.
Let's see if I can get this to work. Like, if I can, like, do this... If he would have jumped in a specific way, I could have, like... gotten him to, like... Yeah, like that! You can deal, like, a whole lot of damage if he's jumping to the left of the screen and you shoot him with one of those. If you do it in the wrong way, like he's jumped to the right, if he falls down to the right, there's actually a potential of the game crashing. So, I tend to say to the right, or to the left there, so that the game won't crash. Anyway, this final boss.
Yeah, the scary final boss. We get to rescue our dad soon. It'll all be over.
Alright, that was actually pretty quick. So that actually time's coming out time, so that should have.
Good game.
Yeah, thanks. So we've rescued our dad. So
We've rescued our dad. And this is actually the bad ending.
Oh yeah. Wait, is there a different ending? I actually wasn't aware that there were.
You have to collect all the paperwork throughout the game.
Okay, I always wondered what that did. Yeah, so I'm glad to know that that's how you get the good ending.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So anyway, that was the Ottifants. So thank y'all for having me, and thanks Jal for doing commentary.
Of course. Have a nice day, everyone.
Yeah. So I'll just throw it over to the host now.